Hey, what up, though? It's the middle-aged muscle man musician, aka Donald Pump. Hit subscribe this time around. So many of you, over 10,000 people, checked out the last Tongat Ali video, and so many comments and likes and all that stuff, but not enough people are hitting subscribe, so you're not getting the updates or videos like this one, comparing the different products and training methods and stuff like that. Definitely leave a comment. I was loving the back and forth conversation last time around. I had a company called, I believe I'm pronouncing this right, Akarali, contact me and say, hey, I want to do a review on our Tongat Ali product. And I said, of course, I'll give it a try. This isn't, I'm not getting paid or anything like that. This isn't some sort of endorsement. This is just my honest to God experience with this. And no, as someone pointed out with the last video, we're not doing blood work over here and stuff like that. What I'm doing is giving you my anecdotal experience, I guess. I always ask people, like, okay, when somebody told you, don't try this drug when you were younger, or, here's what this strand of marijuana did to me, or, things like that. Don't drink this, it may make you act that way. That kind of thing. It's not as though things are going to happen to you or not happen to you just because I said so. I'm giving you my experience, and I love to hear what yours is because, I'm really in tune with my body for various reasons that I talk about in other videos, not just for the bodybuilding purposes, health-related stuff and all of that. So I kind of really pay very close attention to everything I eat, every supplement I take, the effects of medications I take. But anyway, enough talking about that. This is more about what's it going to be like, more than likely, when you take this supplement. What can you expect? I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving supplement advice. I'm nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a middle-aged muscle man musician. That's it. We talked about in the last video of the other product, which was Nootropics Depot's Tongat Ali, that there were really good effects that you'd enjoy right away. I call them acute effects. That isn't the proper terminology, but that's just what I call it. It's immediate stuff that you can feel and even see in some instances. And when it comes to Tongat Ali, I spoke to this before, you're going to feel a little more intensity in the gym almost, right after you start taking it. Your energy levels are going to go up. There's definitely a testosterone boost because you're getting the energy, you're getting a sense of well-being. I believe that you grow faster. We'll get into that later. And increased libido. And God, one of the things that I guess I'd call a drawback is body hair, but we'll get to that. So with Nootropics Depot, I love the price of the product. I love the results I got from it. Actually, after that first video, I continued to use it to great results as far as what you could see on me, my musculature and stuff like that. And I was definitely just a generally happier person, calmer, but yet more competitive, more intense when I needed to be. So I definitely noticed some difference there. The only drawback that I really spoke on with that brand of Tongat Ali was the nausea. And I saw a lot of you guys talk about nausea. And, I thought maybe it was just me because I have kind of a sensitive stomach. And other reason I have to pay attention to what goes into my body, like carefully. I have serious digestive issues. So I thought maybe it was just a little worse for me than most people, but I'm hearing it's really bad for most people. So a positive with Akarali's product, no nausea. I mean, a zero. That's a shout out to Coach Greg. But yeah, seriously, absolutely no nausea whatsoever. On top of that, I also spoke about how taking the Tongat Ali was similar to certain drugs or even caffeine with a lot of sugar in it. In other words, there was like kind of a peak. You could feel it. There's an intensity, there's more energy. But then at one point during the day, there was honestly kind of a crash. And it wasn't a horrible one or anything like that. It didn't completely, destroy you for the day or anything. I just spaced it out where I took one at the beginning of the day, one at the end. I tend to do that with most stuff. But with this particular product, and maybe it's because it's specifically the Malaysian yellow Tongat Ali, the effects are almost as though they're time released. Like a time release medication if you've ever been on one. So what I mean is you're going to feel some of that intensity, some of that energy. You're not going to feel it as intensely. Even the sense of well-being, you won't feel it as intensely, but it's there, and it seems to just kind of glide through the day at an even level. There's no market difference from when, the boost of testosterone or the various things that are happening in your body. That's another plus of this one. So what I did when I received this particular brand of Tongat Ali is I almost completely stopped my testosterone. So I didn't want any results I had to be amplified because I was taking something else. Obviously, I stopped taking the other Tongat Ali, um, and I didn't change my training program. I kept it exactly the same. And additionally, I ate the exact same diet, but I actually had a higher caloric intake, same amount of cardio, everything. And what's amazing about that is I actually lost weight. Now, I can't say 100% if that's due to taking the Tongat Ali and what it was doing for me hormonally and stuff like that. But being that my training or nothing like that changed, I have to attribute it to this. That possibly I quickly gained a little bit more muscle and I was burning it or something. But I would take in, 100, 200, 300 more calories in a day's time. And over a period of a couple of days, I lost a couple pounds. I'm all the way down to 172 pounds now, but looking more muscular than ever. You can, now that I'm about 2 weeks into taking this one, you do see a difference in the musculature. If I have any photos at the time of publishing this video, I'll share them here. But obviously the ones as the weeks go on will tell the story more. This is just part one of the video. I told them I'd do 3 or 4 of them. And, that's just so that I could tell you, okay, here's what to expect at the very beginning. Here's the bodily changes that I personally experienced. And then, further down the road, if it's sustained and things like that. Possibly I will get blood work done at some point. I need to for something else anyway. So I'll watch one of Derek's videos and learn how to ask for what I actually need in this instance. Me personally, going into basically the second week of taking this stuff, what I did was, and this wasn't because of the Tongat Ali, I just was updating and bettering my training as I was getting back to doing very long time under tension sets. Lesser sets, but very long time under tension, making sure that my resting time in between sets and stuff like that was sufficient, because that's always been my biggest flaw. I jump right into the next one. And man, like the time under tension stuff, not only was it less excruciating, it was fucking enjoyable. So that boost of testosterone is definitely there. There's an adrenaline factor there. There's a sense of accomplishment, in my opinion, when you finish what you're trying to do. That's my experience. Like I said, I can't prove it. Maybe you guys should try it, and let me know if you have that same experience. But things where I needed a little more stamina, whether it was, and the Nootropics Depot one did this too. If I was doing some sort of cardio, there's more stamina there. It was as though like I could keep my mind distanced enough to not think about how much I'm running or how tired I am and stuff like that. Well, I experienced that with this too. There's a little bit more as far as the stamina goes, and that was in the department of time under tension with very heavy exercises. I think that maybe it's increasing your focus or something like that. You're getting a better hormonal balance in your body, so maybe you're able to kind of control your thoughts, emotions, something a little bit better. Your energy displacement. In short, I've got a very favorable review here of Akarali's Tongkat Ali product. I'm taking 400 milligrams a day, just like I did with the Nootropics Depot one. Except with this one, I started purposely on some days taking 2 at once just to see, like, okay, well, am I going to get nauseous? I did that for you guys. Like, I risk being sick to my stomach while I'm humping furniture up and down stairs and putting in a full bodybuilder's workout every morning. I'm willing to get sick for you guys to be a lab rat. Or I'm just, masochistic. But the point is that I experienced no nausea. Emotional ups and downs weren't as intense, but yet it feels like the positive effects were all there. So whereas with the other product, it was kind of like a give and take, this just feels like a take. I'm getting all the good stuff, and I'm not dealing with any of the bad. Hopefully it stays that way. So, both are great, but if I had to choose one so far, this may change, but the Akarali one would probably be the one I'd go with. The price is a little bit higher. I believe the Nootropics Depot one was like $20. These are like $36.90. Then they have a deal if you get 2 bottles at once, stuff like that. They have a 150 you can try if maybe you're kind of like, well, I'll see how this will affect me. And you should check out their website, not just for the product, but down below I've got a link to it in the description. And just read up on the history of Tongat Ali, not just the medical stuff, but they have a bunch of the studies there. I learned so much, and I'd already read a lot and watched a lot and listened to a lot on all things Tongat Ali, and there is so much more on their website that it just gave me a clearer picture of exactly what this supplement is, how it works, why it works, how it's benefited the people of other nations for hundreds of years, if not, over 1,000 years. So, and it just reminded me that this is a truly natural supplement, which makes me feel a lot better. I don't really like putting a lot of man-made stuff into my body. I think that maybe part of the reason that the quality control is so good with this one is because they specialize in Tongat Ali. Actually, from what I saw, I don't think they sell anything else. I was going to ask them for some Turk. The packaging is very nice, too. Actually, let me grab the bottle. Okay, so I tore the top of it, but here is the packaging. Seems like they put a lot into that, too. Nice looking bottle, it's going to tell you that, their premium Tongat Ali roots are handpicked from deep Malaysian rainforests, such and such, so-and-so. It tells you a little bit about how long it takes to grow before it's harvested. And this was interesting. Chromatographic fingerprinting is used to select the finest roots before it is subjected through a patented dried freezed water extraction technology to ensure the best quality extract. This provides extraordinary bioactive properties for effective cell absorption in your body. I'm not going to sit here and claim to know what the hell it is they're talking about there. But common sense and a little bit of scientific knowledge says, okay, what they just stated makes a lot of sense. I have a hard time putting in layman's terms exactly what I'm understanding from that, but I feel like there's a good chance that they truly are putting more into picking this stuff. They're very educated on it. They tell you their whole process. Those are all pluses, and they put a lot into their product. So far, these are great. As of right now, I believe I have 3 months worth of them, so I'm going to periodically do a video and show you guys my results. And, if you look at all my before and after photos, and I'm coming up on a year of training, you'll be able to kind of see my normal progression, kind of see a rate of it. And I'll have the numbers on there, the weight, basically, the caloric intake. I've trained about the same amount the entire time. And, all the important measurements, you'll be able to see kind of the rate that I grow at. And then you'll be able to look at the photos during the Tongat Ali, and you may notice, like, wow, there's a month worth of results from this week to that week, that sort of thing. So I hope that's the case, especially those of us who are middle-aged and whatnot. We could use a little boost in testosterone. As I said in the other video, I don't believe I'm deficient at all. If anything, it may be a little too high. But that reminds me of something. Somebody asked me about beard growth in the comments of the last video. Bodily hair grows much faster when you take Tongat Ali. That's my experience. That probably has to do with the spike in testosterone. Whatever it is, your bodily hair is going to grow. That's part of the reason why I don't have as many before and after pictures. Like, I'm a hairy bastard. I have to trim up and shave and all this crazy stuff, and it's like, I have to do the pictures that freaking day, or else, they're worthless. They look like crap because it's coming back in so much faster. I did experience that with the other brand of Tongat Ali. This one, it seems to be a little faster. I'm not sure exactly what that means. But as far as the beard growth, I think it may speed that up a bit too. But the bodily hair is definitely faster than usual. Take that as you will. I'm curious to see if guys experience that same thing, because I really do feel like this is going to affect most guys the same way. It's definitely pretty basic when you look at the science as to how it works within our bodies. Unless you're like an outlier as far as how your body breaks things down and uses them, I'm pretty sure we'll all have different degrees of the same results. you know, and that they'll be positive for the most part. And being that it's not an expensive supplement, I would say give it a try. Order a single bottle and just give it a try and see if your results are the same as mine. See if it improves you. But honestly, it really improved me. And a side note is I went off a mood stabilizing medication, almost completely off of it over a short period of time. Something that's actually kind of dangerous to do. I feel like this brand of Longjack actually helped me through that. Not to say another one wouldn't, but it did help me through that. Gave me a sense of well-being, took my mind off of it, things like that. It feels like it helped with the inflammation that medication helped with. And I went through some serious trials and tribulations at my job and whatnot, in life in general, during the last couple weeks, and I feel like I was able to deal with it a little better than I usually would be. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys. I decided to throw a video together real quick, and I'll have another one coming in probably another 2 weeks. But in between now and then, I've got a testosterone video for you. That's also going to be kind of part one of a lot of subsequent videos. Check out the training videos, man. I've got a gyno video there. I'm looking at the list right now. I got a gyno video because I all but fucking defeated gyno, something that plagued me my whole life. I try to help you defeat man moves, basically. I've got a workout split method video. I basically tell you how most of the common workout splits suck and how I came up with something better. I've got a video on how much weight should you actually lose. You can lose weight too quickly. I dealt with some of the side effects of that, and I talk about it. I talk about working out to treat depression, OCD, ADHD, things like that. Maybe little tricks and stuff like that where you can take advantage of some of those positives that come with training. And some weight loss hacks. Simple stuff, but stuff to keep in the back of your mind. I do a little bit of math, meaning like if you replace this with this just, you know, once a week over the course of a year, here's the actual amount of weight you'll lose. Things like that. So, you know, like I said, give me a comment, give me a like, you know, trying to give you the best information I got here. As soon as I have some more insight on this particular product and this supplement, I'll give it to you guys. Hang in there, bear with me, and I'll have lots more. And on that note, I say peace.